Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome to the blog. It's been about 2 weeks since I've done a video because I have been absolutely sick as a dog for going on 3 weeks now. And it's been difficult because this is just such a busy time of year. I mean, it helps with the weight loss, I guess, when you can't really eat too much just because you don't feel like it because you're sick, but obviously not ideal. And doesn't really jive with the idea that you have to fuel the loss, right? You have to be eating nutritionally. And that's difficult when you spend 3 weeks not really wanting to look at food. What I want to do in the video this week, though, is talk about how friggin' busy it is. Not just for me, of course, but for you. This is the time of year that we all get incredibly busy. What I've discovered is that so much of the success that I've had over the last year has been making myself a priority and picking those moments and opportunities where I can commit to honestly make a difference, to try to live efficiently, to be more efficient in everything that I do. Because the more efficient you are, the more time you find inside the day. We all got 24 hours, but your ability to cram more life into those hours and more joy into those hours really does have to do all with how well you manage your time and how you're able to bring focus to those things that you're investing in. And for me, over the last year, that really has been in myself. And, I've lost about 210 pounds in 9 months. So I think focus is something that I know something about now. I know the power of directing your energy toward a singular goal. And that's why this time of year is difficult for me. Not because it's Christmas and there's food everywhere. I got that under control. I know I'm not going to make decisions that sabotage me because I just have a new relationship with food and with what I am willing to put in my body. What I'm worried about is how scattered December is. If my success has been based on my ability to prioritize and to make myself a priority, what do you do when home is chaotic, because it's Christmas time. You're washing walls, you're tearing your house apart, you haven't seen the floor in 3 weeks, you're doing all of these things to get your house ready for, this Christmas thing that happens. But at the same time, December is an incredibly busy time in radio. We are basically, our heart beats in radio with retail. If their season gets busy, our season gets busy. Add on top of that just the fact that it's Christmas and all of the Christmas promotions that go with it, there's a lot of extra work that gets done this time of year. And then, of course, I don't want to do anything that moves me away from the time and energy that I'm investing in myself, because right now it's almost more important to be doing that, because setting myself up for success as I tackle those other two things really is all about how I'm feeling, right? And that's been difficult just because I've been sick. So what I'm talking about this week is, how do you prioritize when your life is pulling you in a bunch of different directions? When you have a home life that requires an incredible amount of investment and attention. You have a job that requires an incredible amount of investment and attention. And then you have yourself, and you know that you require and that you deserve that same investment and attention. Everything I've done since I took this challenge on has been about understanding I'm no good at work or at home if I don't put myself on top, if I don't make myself a priority first. So the challenge for me, as we head into the last 2 weeks before Christmas, but it's been a challenge really since Christmas prep started, which was back in November. It's been a challenge for me to keep myself on top, to make sure that every day I'm investing in me before I even try to invest into pulling off projects and tasks at home and at work. That's not always possible. There are deadlines, there are things out of your control. But in the ideal world, you're investing in yourself first. So I've had to make some changes in my own routine just to get through this period of time. One of them has been, really moving my workout time. Since the fall, I've been working out at 3:45 in the morning. That's when I get my cardio in. I do strength training in the evening and a little bit of cardio. But my serious cardio time on my treadmill, I get a run in every morning, and it starts, the minute I wake up. It's right at 3:45. And that's been a change. That's meant, in a weird way, adding time on to my day. But had I not done that, I would be so much more tired at the end of the day, because that energy, that investment in me, aside from the fact of how you physically feel, mentally, it lets you think you're on the right track, because you are still putting yourself first. I don't feel victim to how busy it is at work or at home. because I feel like I'm winning the day if I continue to put myself first. And then the second part of that is menu planning, and this is just par for the course. This is, I believe, the key to the success that I've had so far. Has been, no unplanned eating. You really do. When your feet hit the ground in the morning, you know every bite you're going to take that day, and nothing throws you off of that. Doesn't matter what food gets dropped off at the station. Doesn't matter what, free meal you get offered when you're out, or you get, whatever comes your way. If it wasn't in your head when you woke up that morning, it's not on your plate or in your mouth when you go to bed that night. And I really do live and die by that. That's going to be difficult through the holidays because we express our love for other people at this time of year with food, and it's happened. Listeners are dropping off sweet trays, and there's candy everywhere, and boxes of chocolates are gifts of appreciation from community groups and organizations. And what I find is that you don't want to do anything that kicks a gift horse in the mouth, but if I was still 460 pounds and had just said I was having weight loss surgery and had just said all of this, would people be giving me those things? And I think the answer is no. But I think there's this false sense of success simply because I've already lost more than 200 pounds. But the truth is, this is a hell of a lot better than what I was. The sweater is kind of big, but this body now is much better than the one I started with 9 months ago. But there's not a doctor's office around here that I could walk into weighing what I weigh now at the height that I'm at, still having, the gut that I have, and be considered healthy. There are people out there, there are people like you watching this now, who weigh what I weigh, who are the height that I am, who are trying to make the changes that I'm making, who are just starting their weight loss journey. So while I am healthier than I was, while I feel better than I was, this isn't success yet. This is progress, but this isn't success yet. And although other people might feel that 200 pounds is more than anyone ever thought they could lose, certainly more than I thought I could lose, you don't just... I can't just hang my hat on that and be happy. This isn't what I set out to do. I'm incredibly proud of this, but this is not what I set out to do. And I can't let the fact that December is here and that stuff gets busy, I can't let that sway me from turning this in, to the next level of health and fitness that I'm looking for. And if I want to set myself up right for 2013, I need to end 2012 as equally as committed and as equally as devoted to this program as I was through the year. So it is interesting. Other people's attitudes towards where I am have certainly changed. And that's not any obligation of theirs. It's my responsibility to keep that in check with me. That the successes and pats on the back that I'm getting don't in any way go to my head and let me feel that I'm done. Because I know what was in my head when I started this journey. I know what I feel like at health. I have that in my head. I know what I look like at health, and I have that in my head. And I know what my doctors are telling me I can still do. And as long as those three things don't line up with what I see and what I feel every day, then I'm not falling off the wagon in any way. I don't care if it's Christmas or my birthday or anything else. My fear in this isn't that you make unplanned choices. I know I'm committed to that. My fear in this is that when you have demands on you in more than one spot, you begin to question whether or not it's polite to maintain yourself on top, to be the top priority. And my goal through December is to every day, every step of the way, remind myself that I am of no use to anybody else if I slip back to living the way I was before. I am of no use to me, to work, to my family, to anybody, if I screw up what I have already done for myself. So that's my goal this holiday season. I want to know what yours is. What are you doing to keep on track and to maintain your journey, to stay on track and to continue to make yourself a priority in spite of all the demands of your family and your friends and your job and everything else? December is a stressful time. How do you stay number one in spite of all the stress? Head on over to the blog and let me know, eagle1035.com, or find us on Facebook. Big Deals Weight Loss Challenge. Talk to you next Friday.